Monday, another trip to Cairns Central. I'm going to have a big day because once I leave the medical facility, then I've got to go to Smithfield and have my an intensive check of my hearing. It's an hour appointment, so that's quite thorough. And it'll be interesting to see if they come up with some sort of solution like a hearing aid. Because last Friday when I was at the beach shack, it was only a small table of people. It was only 10 attendees and probably about 8 at each time. So it wasn't a big group, but I was having trouble just hearing someone on the other side of the table. So that's not a good sign. Could hear the person next to me okay, but yeah, there's something amiss there. I mean, it was a little bit of ambient sound. There's a bit of music in the background, but it wasn't really bad. Nothing compared to, say, a nightclub. So yeah, I guess something's got to be done. So there you go. And I finally put my tax in, but I'm having a nightmare with that because the e-tax people keep changing their mind about what the refund's going to be. At one stage they wanted to charge me $1,000, and it just didn't make any sense because when I did my own return I got all my money back that it was fully franked. So I don't know what's going on. Very strange. I'm lost, and they're very poor communicators, so I'm not overly impressed. So I don't know what to do. I just find doing tax really stressful. It's something I'll be very happy to get over. It's not something I look forward to every year, that's for sure. So but they've yeah, this mob is sort of, they led me the impression they were charging about $70, and then you come up and you find it's $100, and then if you want to get it as part of your refund, they'll take another $27 off you. So I don't know if I really like the way these people operate, and I just, like I said, I don't know if I really trust them. So I've got a few issues there, and I don't even know if I want to proceed, but I can't do it through myself because the system's stuffed. Got back to Smithfield, plenty of time to spare for my 1:15 appointment. There's a character on the bus who actually was starting to sing to himself, and then he ear-bashed one of the other passengers. But there's a lot of people to stop when I got off. Anyway, I might have to kill some time here. I've made pretty good time, so see how we go. Yeah, I've still got half hour. I might go down to the liquor land and pick myself up a cheap bottle of port before I front up to Specsavers. I just finished my consult with Specsavers with my audio test, and yeah, I'm going to need a hearing aid. I'm not surprised. That won't cost me anything, that's the good news. But about half hour into the chat with the girl, the bloody fire alarm went off, so I had to evacuate. But she's making an appointment for me anyway to give me a fitting for the hearing aid in 2 weeks. So not such a big deal. So it should work out okay. Now, I probably should have stayed around Smithfield and got went to the supermarket. I think people went back inside pretty quickly, but I guess this way I get a bit of exercise going home. I would have liked to have got more greens, because I'm actually down to my frozen ones. So I might have to use that tonight, so we'll see how we go. I like to have some greens each day, and fresh if I can, but they're not going to be delivered till tomorrow when it Coles stops around. I'm just getting the spinach. I need to also get the mixed green, the 4 mixed green pack, because it's good for salads. So I should have ordered it through Coles, but who was expecting a bloody fire alarm or an emergency alarm to go off? Apparently one went off the previous week. Smithfield, so just the way it is with these shopping centres. It's the first time I think I've copped it up in Cairns, so they're a pain, but I just want to get home. It's a long day today. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I left her just after 8, so it almost feels like a working day, almost. Not quite. It's all relevant, but I'm not feeling great either, a bit seedy, so I think I'll be okay for the walk. But especially once I get away from this traffic sewer. It's been quite busy today on the roads, and it is still spitting a bit, so the weather hasn't been brilliant. So that's the Kawara bus by the looks. I wonder if it is. That's Kawara Beach. I might be able to snare it getting back, because that's very late if that's the 111. Ah, that's where it's going. You can see around there, it's going around. Yep, it's going to Kawara. That's a very late bus. Unfortunately, I probably won't make it there in time to catch it. I'm heading off to the shops, to Smithfield on Friday. I ordered 6 of these cow manure bags from Northside Raw Materials, and actually they delivered 8, so I'm not complaining. I'll use them. That's most of the potting mix that they delivered as well, which is 1/4 of a square metre. And as I go outside, you'll see the remnants of half a square metre of vegetable quality soil, which is the top quality soil. And I've got to say, I was amazed how quickly they got the delivery done. I rang them up a couple of days ago, and they delivered about an hour or so later, which was amazing. I had to pay for the delivery. This is the remnants of the vegetable soil, so that's been quite a job, but I've actually got through it pretty quickly. I did most of it yesterday, and I started the previous day on Wednesday when it was delivered, and there's only remnants of it now, so I've done pretty well with it. That done. Still got a little bit of life in the old 67-year-old body, and I'll just lock up. And yeah, so basically I've got most of it done. I've also contacted a place that is located, their address is actually Kawara Beach, and they're a electric roller shutter door mob for garage doors. They actually do repairs, and I sent a message to them yesterday, and they got back to me within about half an hour. Someone rang me up, so presumably I'll hear back from them and get that moving. I'm not sure what they're going to charge. I'm a bit worried it could be expensive, although it's only really one piece that needs to be replaced. I think the motor's fine, everything else is fine. It's just one part is actually broken. So we're getting to the business end of this. It'd be handy to have one of those little things. That'd be great for gardening. But yeah, that's looking good. Place there. So they've been working on that for some time. There's a place over there that people are building as well. I guess with all the new, there's my bus. I guess with all the sales situation here being fairly hot area for sales in the last 12 months, there's a few cashed up people that have moved in, and I guess they're trying to improve the properties. I imagine that's what's going to happen. I think it's definitely flattening out now. I had a look at I always check my own property to see what the price is like, the estimate. It hadn't changed, or if it had changed, it's very marginal increase now. So things are definitely quietening down, flattening out. We've just had another 50 basis point increase in interest rates as of Tuesday, and that'll be effective in about a week's time. And it's all having an effect everywhere, but it's going to be more profound in Melbourne and Sydney. And here, what I think, as I've predicted, we'll have more of a flattening of the market rather than a reduction in prices. That's my personal prediction, but it depends how much higher the interest rates go up. Depends how severe the recession is. But I know there's still plenty of work up here. So the economy in far north Queensland's in pretty good shape. So I think we're buffered a bit from that. We might have expansion for some time, but at a much slower pace, I would imagine. It couldn't be sustained at the level it was the last year. So I'm hoping that there's more tradies available so I can get some work done in the house. My major concern. I really like what they've done here. They're sort of putting these logs down on the outside with the steps going. It's very, very nice design. I'd like something like that. And looks like they've done a whole lot of places the same design over the street there as well. Yeah, it's very nice. I saw a guy actually hail the bus from actually just back there, and the bus driver stopped for him, but I don't know if all the bus drivers are going to be that obliging. So that's, I better sort of stand around this area. But yeah, they're pretty flexible. But they're human, and some are good and some aren't so good. So we'll see. So going to pick up some more gin today. I don't know if they've got any more stock at Liquorland because they seem to be losing supplies of Beefeater. They had the first one to go was the standard one that I've been ordering. Then there was one of the infused flavour ones, and then they're down to one infused flavour, and that's it. Whether they're going to re-order, I don't know. And if they don't, well, I'm afraid I'll be stuck with Liquorland. With Dan Murphy as my option. So could be worse. I also looked at e-bikes. I saw one I really liked because I think it was a Milano was the actual make, and it doesn't show on eBay now, even though I only checked it about 2 days ago, and it seems to have been wiped from the records. And that would have been about $1,500, but it was a model that had a stronger battery with longer life and stuff, so I think that's worthwhile getting. So I'm seriously considering buying an e-bike. I even saw an e-trike today, which is about $1,200, probably over $1,500 with delivery, and so that wasn't so bad either. But I think an e-bike's more flexible, and the number of times I take such a heavy load as I need on a trike, I don't know if it'd be worth it, to be honest with you. I think I need more of that flexibility with smaller pickups on an e-bike, which you can get around more places than a trike's a bit, bigger, a bit unwieldy. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at getting next. Although I was hoping to get quite a decent tax return this year, but then I've just found out that my tax status on my benefits have actually changed, and now I'm getting taxed on the full amount that I'm getting from the government. So I've basically been wiped out of that the money that was held over from shares, the fully franked shares. I've just basically paid for my tax, and I've got bugger all back. I'm going to get bugger all back this year, so that's a bit of a blow. It's a few grand that I'm not getting, so yeah, I can feel the pain that everybody seems to be feeling these days. I definitely made the wrong move going down, not swapping over the 110 today. God, that was a lot of people got on board the 111. Would have got it at least 20 minutes earlier if I had. A lot of tourists got on Trinity Beach and just every stop. And when we got to the guy actually bus stop, the driver did stop at Cook Highway, so I could have actually easily swapped to the other bus. And there were 2 people waiting, so I assumed that the 110 hadn't actually arrived, so it would have been the smart move. In future I'll do it. I'm going to keep doing it because it's just, you just never know how busy it's going to be on the 111. It just sort of meanders through the suburbs and it's slow and it's just tedious. So I'm heading down to where I don't normally go, which is where all these cheap places are, cheap shops like all the saver type shops, and trying to think of the name of the bloody company I put money into. Anyway, they're all down here, and hopefully they might have some cheap fertilizer or some netting for birds. That's what I'm looking for. You never know. There's the sort of crap they might actually have. Well, the Reject Shop was the name of the company. I was trying to remember. I should remember. I bought shares with them. I'm bloody getting old. But yeah, they've shut down. And I don't know what this one is. It's not, it doesn't look like a discount store. I don't know what it is. Kids stuff, yeah. But apparently they have shut down, and they've just got the one store where I used to live in Parramatta Park. But I actually found bird netting there, 5 metres by 5 metres. It's a good size. She was going to charge me $15 for it, but I said to her, look, I looked up, I found the price thing, and I thought it was $11.99, and she ended up charging me $11. So I'm not complaining, it's good. So I think that's where Reject Shop used to be there, and they've closed now. So not that they were any great shop anyway, and I couldn't get, they don't have the Yates Thrive fertiliser at that place, but they do have $2 Mr. Brown seeds, so that's pretty good value actually. So if I want to get some more seeds, I'll go back there, and I might get some more netting as well. But that's good, 5 metres by 5 metres, that's pretty damn good for $11. So happy with that. So we'll I will come down here occasionally. Got everything except the Edgell frozen veggies. They were out of stock unfortunately, but that's typical today. You usually expect one item to be missing. And I think they had the capsicums in the old bunch. I saw a guy with a big bunch of them. I forgot to look in the produce section for them, but I'm going to be back here Monday, so I can do it then. And anyway, my own capsicums may be getting close to maturity. They've still got a ways to go, I think, but it'd be nice to eat my own anyway, because I've got a decent crop, and now I've got the netting to protect them from the birds. I might be able to salvage most of it. I mean, $11 for that netting, I could afford to buy another one to cover all my tomatoes as well, because they're starting to actually grow too. So the Roma tomatoes, I should have some of those as well, I think. So it's not looking too bad. A nice day. Oh, they also had the special on the chocolate, round chocolate Cadbury's thingamybobs. They're only 90 cents, so I bought 10 of those. I mean, the thing is, if it's non-perishable, I buy up in bulk, because I'm going to keep eating chocolate whatever happens. There's no need to worry about that. So I could have stocked up on picnic bars too, but again, I got another chance on Monday to come back, because the specials don't, they go till the Tuesday each week, and then the new lot starts on the following Wednesday. But yeah, nice day today. I'm really glad I got that netting, because it's actually cheaper. The $11 for 5 metres by 5 metres is cheaper than what Bunnings is selling it for. A lot cheaper. And people have been bagging Bunnings because the sizes that are stated on the pack are not correct. And they're getting a lot of bad feedback about that. So I think Bunnings are dropping the ball a bit. I mean, they've been arrogant because they've been doing well for so many years, and I think they're going to have to readjust, especially with the recession in play. People are going to be very selective. But yes, I'm very happy I found that, because I don't expect to find much in those shops. But I mean, they had the $2 seeds, and that's quite reasonable. If you buy them online, you'll never get them cheaper than that. So yeah, I'll probably go back there and buy some seeds as well. So it's just that I've got so many. I've got, actually what I need is pots. I should have seen what the price of their pots were, because I'm going to need to stack more pots, because I've got so much potting mix now that I've got the bulk amount dropped. And it was quarter of a cubic metre of potting mix. I think it costs $30. You have to pay for that. That's the equivalent of about 250 litres from what I can gather. So to get that amount, say in the Yates pot, so the Yates projects, what was it? I can't remember the name of the one, but the one I usually get, you get a 50 kilo bag and it's about $13. So you've got to multiply that by 5, and you'd be up to double the price, about $60. Of course, it may not be equivalent to the what I've got it supplied. So I mean, It's a very good potting mix, the Osmocote potting mix, that one. It's a very good one, but it's much lighter than these ones. These ones are heavier, so if I put cow manure in, I can lighten it up that way anyway. If I get some wood chips over it, you can sort of mix and match your own. You can almost do it like a recipe. So the ones I bought from branches, that potting mix seems to be reasonably successful. Everything seems to have germinated, so far so good. My greatest failure is actually with the Osmocote, with the new capsicum seeds. Not one of them germinated, which I find extraordinary. So what I've done is put some cow manure on top, mix that up with the Osmocote, and hopefully it'll retain a bit more moisture and they might germinate then. I don't know, but it's really strange that not one seed germinated, because I must have planted about 8 in that pot. It's a big pot. So anyway, not that I'm short on capsicums at the moment. I mean, capsicum plants are reasonably healthy, but yeah, you can always have more. Not a problem. But it is a good deal, that Odd Bunch thing. If they're still selling like a kilo of capsicums in Woolworths for about $4.50, that's a really good deal. Who gives a crap what they look like, as long as they're edible. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.